everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Mitch Ashley, and I'm joined by
Alan Schimmel.
And you are listening to Security Boulevard Chats. Yay. We're working on our synchronization. We'll get it. We'll get it.
We look, the East German judge is going to give us a 7.5 for that one, and we made a little bit of a splash.
Yeah. Well, we'll just stop the scale at 7.5, and then we did really well.
Then we did, yeah, with Nadia.
Change Kobayashi Maru. Change the game. Change the rules.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I got a new Star Trek shirt. I got to show you, Mitchell.
Ooh,
it's the alternate universe one with Spock with a beard and not with the beard. I'll wear it one of these days. I'll show it to you.
Spock that turns out to be nice, evil Spock. You know.
Well, he's still Spock no matter what universe he's in.
He is. Yeah, it helps Kirk get back to the right universe or multiverse, whatever it is.
Yeah, who knows what's affected with that tool. I'm sorry, go ahead. You take me on Star Trek, Mitchell, and boom, I'm at warp speed.
Yeah, I know.
Going where no one's gone before.
So many great shows. We could we should do a Star Trek podcast. But anyway, another topic. You know, kind of thinking, because we're going back, thinking about, Star Trek. We've been interested in that and for so long. Yeah, I was thinking about an interview that you did with Jennifer Leggio. Jennifer is someone that we've both known. I think you've known her a little bit longer than I have, for a long time. And when I saw your interview, because I've had her on CISA Talk, and we've talked with her at different times on interviews and stuff. It's a small universe. It's a small community of friends. Security is massive, but you and I have known dozens of people for at least 20 plus years through our career in security. And Jennifer's a perfect example of that, somebody you keep reconnecting. You might work with her, she might work as part of the Security Bloggers Network, that they're doing interesting things in security, see each other at RSA all the time. And in between, it just reminded me of how important it is. The relationships you build can be career-long relationships, and she's one of the great people to have. I'm privileged to have that relationship.
You know what else, Mitchell, and I'm sure you feel this way too. As we get older, some of us don't get older. You recognize that without even trying, sometimes you have at least some small influence on others and their career and their career trajectories. And I had Jennifer on, as you said, on TechStrong TV, and it's available at techstrong.tv if you want. It's posted on LinkedIn and Facebook and everything. First of all, looking at Jennifer, and I still see that girl that I knew 20 years ago, right? She was just a PR. There's nothing a with being a PR person.
That was how she started. Got her chops.
But that's how she started. She was the PR person. Moving, and then, and she was a tremendous help on the Security Bloggers Network meeting and awards. Yeah. And tremendous help. She ran it for us. Who are we kidding, right? We all sat back.
Let's put it out there.
Rockman, me, Martin McKay, you. But watching her career trajectory as she's climbed the ladder, and just so damn proud of her, right? Because look, 20 years ago, the security industry was a little different too, and as it relates to women, quite frankly.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And watching the steady progress she's made, and even her physical appearance, she looks like a leader, right? She was on here. And that was the gist of, or the title of this TV interview, TechStrong TV interview we did, right? How to lead. So, Jennifer recently left her last gig, and she started her new company. It's a consulting company. Right now, it's just her and a couple of friends. It's called Movable Feast. And she told me what Movable Feast is, and I forgot what the reference is now. I apologize. Yeah, you'll have to watch the video. But, she has big plans for this. And look, Jennifer succeeds wherever she goes. And so there's no doubt in my mind she'll succeed in this. And maybe we'll have her on here on a Security Boulevard chat at some point in the future. But she's here to help people with their go-to-market, help people with their career counseling, and especially people in cyber and people, diversity, women.
Hmm.
So just really, really proud of her, Mitch. And it gives you a feel good to know that, this is one of your friends who you came up with. We are blessed, Mitchell. When you
Very.
look at the people we came up in the ranks with in security, and
Hmm.
many of them, not many of them, but some are already retired. Unfortunately, some we've lost.
Yeah.
But
Lost.
some are retired. But many of them who are still active really have very senior positions in the industry now, and um, God bless them. And it's great. It's great to be part of that. It's great to be part of something. I spoke to Jennifer about it. I really would like to do something this year at RSA around the Security Bloggers Network, rename it Security Creators Network, because not everyone blogs anymore, but they create
Hmm.
content, and kind of pass that baton on to some younger people who are
Absolutely.
let them build their own up and coming story. So if
Mhm.
you're listening or watching this and you'd like to be involved in the next incarnation of Security Bloggers Meetup, the Security Creators Meetup, and potentially award someday, and help build this community that's already 20 something years old, we'd love to hear from you. You can write me, Alan, ALAN, at securityboulevard.com, and love to get you involved. We'd like to do something around RSA this year again. We usually do a Wednesday, like 5 to 7, security bloggers thing. So if you're interested in that, write to us. But in the meantime, happy, proud of Jennifer Leggio and what she's doing with Movable Feast.
Definitely check out her company. If there's anybody that can be a mentor, advisor, consultant, help you, she's got a wealth of experience to share.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Um, Mitch, I think the big story in security this week is just starting to break as we were recording this, and that
Hmm.
is could be a big breach over at Bank of America.
Hmm.
Um, I'm trying to think. We had a lot of friends at Bank of America Security at one point, right? Hoff
We
was
did.
there, and
Yeah. Wow back.
who came over from Zions Bank? Alex Hutton.
Alex. Yes.
Yeah, and there was a bunch. I think Dave Lewis might have been there for a while. But anyway, we haven't heard them in the news in years, frankly, in terms of security breaches. But this is the nature of this beast. Sooner or later, it's not if, it's when.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and so it looks like there was a breach there. They're starting to notify people. Exactly how big it is, we don't know. But from what I'm kind of reading between the lines, it's a big one.
Yeah, we haven't heard the numbers yet, but it's information, it's personal information, but including social security numbers and government IDs and financial account information. You're talking about, financial institutions. So there's potentially some pretty damaging information that has been, let's say, stolen. That's what it really is. It's not just a leak, right? I mean,
Yeah,
data's
someone
been
stole it.
stolen.
And also, we were talking in our DevOps chat uh, podcast, Mitchell, about software supply chain security.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
this, again, was a case, they believe, of a third party who, a third party vendor was how the people accessed the Bank of America info.
Mhm.
Same old story, right? From Target, the HVAC vendor, and all of that stuff. So, again, dependencies, becoming the most popular attack vector as
It
we have these
is.
bigger attack surfaces.
It's kind of the a modified version of the, I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun you. Well, the bear catches you, but then they're still going to catch me, right?
Right,
So,
because if
so
they
much
got
for
me,
that
they're
old
going to
adage.
get to you. Yep. And so we're all in it together, and something to think about. Um, Speaking of attack surfaces, though,
Mhm.
I wanted to bring up an interview that our friend Mike Vizard did um, on TechStrong TV, and it's with another person who I know pretty well, Mark Gaffin, the CEO
Mhm.
founder of Ionix. It's IONIX, right? And Ionix, an Israeli startup, cybersecurity startup. They just raised a bunch more money um, on why defending attack surfaces has become more challenging than ever for understaffed security teams. there's a common theme we hear a lot: security, Mitch.
Hmm.
Right? The attack surfaces are growing. It's not that the budgets aren't growing, and we hear about the security gaps, but this goes back to when we were still secure. There's a handful of companies that have the resources to do security well.
And they're big, right? The
Right. They're
companies have
Fortune
large
50,
security
Fortune
teams,
10
right?
companies. Yeah.
It's the mid-sized, even small, but even small enterprise are working on a handful of people in their security teams, maybe five or six, and you know
Under-resourced.
it's
And
not.
and I think we just got to realize that's the nature of the beast.
Well, and I think that the challenge is, what's changed since we got into security, Alan, is we're way past the days of sort of build that exterior and that protects the things on the interior, and now into zero kind of frameworks, if you will. But the thing that's really substantially changed for me is what you're protecting has changed. It's not just network resources. It's just not where data is located. It's application security. It's API security. It's suppliers and supply chain security. All the stuff we were just talking about around supply. So it's security engineers, at least in our day, didn't grow up as software engineers, at least not most of the time. So, and I know that's been a challenge for some people to get their head around this whole DevOps things and the deployment, continuous deployment, and what's all that jazz. But it's part of the job today, at least to have people on your team that have some expertise in that, can talk to developers, can talk to cloud architects, can talk to all the folks that are delivering or putting together, your delivery platforms and partners and interfaces. It's a big attack surface, not just because there's a lot of software out there. There's a lot of different kinds of surfaces.
Agreed, man. Agreed. You know, there's an article on Security Boulevard, also in the same vein, and with the Bank of America thing, it's called "What is a Data Leak?" or Data
Mm-hmm.
Leak, right? Causes, examples, and prevention. It's a pretty remedial article for a beginner,
Mm-hmm.
newbie. I highly, highly
Mm-hmm.
recommend it
Mm-hmm.
because we talk about data leaks, and I said the big breach over at
Bank of
Bank of
America.
America, and you
Yeah.
said, yeah, there was some PII, including Social Security numbers. There's data breaches and there's data breaches, right?
Mm-hmm.
And depending how much information, what kind of information, really determines its criticality and what you have to do and reasonableness and all of that. And for those of you maybe listening to this who are new or newbies in cyber, or not really cyber people, but interested in it, or they're just fans of you and I, Mitchell, and they like listening to our voice. God help you. Um,
Should find something better to do. But okay.
yeah, but if you have nothing better to do, go read this article on Security Boulevard. It's a Security Bloggers Network article, by the way, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a good primer on what do we. Sometimes we toss around words and acronyms, thinking everyone has the level of detail we do, and they don't. And so highly, highly recommend that article to go have a look.
Well, one of the things that didn't talk about, I don't believe, is the SEC reporting requirements. Now we now live in an age of you've got 5 days from whatever you
Yes,
define as knowing there's been a breach to reporting it in public disclosure and AK forms and all kinds of fun government things like that. So it isn't any longer just controlling the message and what do you release publicly or not. It's you have to disclose things now.
absolutely.
It's a
Or
different
if you're a
world.
CISO and you don't follow the rules, you can find yourself criminally charged, civilly liable, all kinds of craziness.
Sign me up. Yeah.
I did an interview this week or last week with I think his name's Max Shine. He's a CISO, former Air Force guy, and now CISO at a vendor. And I don't remember. It's on TechStrong.tv. And we spoke a lot about this, right? About, with the liabilities that CISOs face now,
Mm-hmm.
what does that mean, right? Can you afford to be kind of an in the weeds security guy, or do you have to be a business suit, or you have to be both? and then hope for the best, right? What's the standard for negligence here?
Mm-hmm.
It's a fine line they're walking right now. I'm hoping it'll evolve and get a little better.
There's a really good, we had an interview with Andy Ellis, CISO friend from Akamai was there,
Hall
20
of Fame
plus years?
CISO Andy Ellis.
Yes. I mean, renowned author, done it all, been there.
And Patriots fan.
And Patriot, well, you had to bring that up.
Zepata, yeah.
But
how'd you like that Super Bowl, Andy? Just in case he's watching, Mitch. I'm sorry.
How did the Patriots do in the Super Bowl? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing him there.
Brady
was in a lot of commercials. Yeah,
he was. He seemed to be all over the place. Him and Taylor Swift. I'm not sure what the deal was, but anyway,
one of them kisses the guy with a beard, and I don't think the other one does.
I hope it wasn't. Yeah. Anyway, well, the reason why I bring it up is he has some really interesting views of the CISO job is not a board level job. It's not a senior executive team job. And also, and I won't explain all, if you want to hear it, it's up on textrun.tv under CISO Talk. But also we talked with them about, so what do you do when you don't have the support of the company, whether it's executives or legal or the board or whatever, to do what you need to do, and they force you to, no, don't disclose that, or do something you shouldn't do, maybe even do something illegal. And, what do you do in that situation? Well, the first thing is not to get yourself in that situation. If you think you're in that kind of a business climate or culture, do yourself a favor before you do get arrested and charged with something. Go somewhere else. It's not worth it.
Absolutely. My interview with this fellow Max Shine, we spoke just about that too. What to do, right? You don't want to be the whistleblower, but you got to extract yourself from those situations.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Mitchell, the last article I wanted to bring up for this week's show is another Security Boulevard article, but with a DevOps bend, and it comes from the Security Bloggers Network. And it's how DevOps evolved into DevSecOps.
Ooh, this is a topic we've been around a lot.
Yeah, it's a topic we live. We see it with the leading DevOps platform providers. They don't call themselves DevOps companies. They call themselves DevSecOps companies.
Mm-hmm.
And, we do our show at RSA. This will be the 8th or 9th year. Monday of RSA week in Moscone. DevOps Connect, DevSecOps. This year, of course, it's DevSecOps and generative AI.
Yeah.
Got an amazing lineup. Yeah, we got such leading AI company security guys. So
really
definitely want to check that out. Mm-hmm. Actually, I think the whole lineup and everything is available February 15th on the RSA on the RSA site.
Yep.
And if you'd like to go to that, we also have codes for free Expo Pass, which will be enough to get you in on Monday to our event. So definitely have that for people who are interested. But Mitch, that's a good article, and it kind of explains the whole evolution of DevOps to DevSecOps, which is, I'm sure, something we'll be covering in this DevOps Next report you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Big part of it.
So cool on that. I think that's all I got this week for Security Boulevard. Mitch, you got anything?
There's some, I really do want to highlight that article again on DevSecOps because, we often apply the shift left moniker to that, and that can mean anything from just being ridiculous, like the developers will do it all. They don't want to do it all, to, what do you really do to embrace and embed security throughout the DevOps process and the workflow pipelines, and designing it into software and testing it and all the things that you could do. And how do you do that as a security person? As I was talking before, you may know a lot about software now. Maybe you came up with that kind of a degree, or you have that experience. If you don't, how do you embrace this? How do you get involved in it? There's some good things in that, I think, in that article that will help around understanding, put a little more reality to DevSecOps. So, and I'd definitely, please join us at RSA. It's going to be a killer lineup. I think we're going to have great attendance at it too. So it'll be a great networking event.
Yeah, but it's all day. So you come in, grab a seat, grab a t-shirt. Have some great sponsors. Mitch, you're going to do a panel that day there too, right?
Yeah, I've got a great panel talking about AI and DevOps. DevSecOps, excuse me. So with some real great folks, and just putting that together now, that'll go up as part of the agenda up on the RSAC site. I think we even have a talk, right? I'm doing a talk, an RSAC talk. Don't we have a
after DevSecOps?
Yeah, after DevSecOps.
So I'm going to talk to you about that. So I'm not going to be at the Monday event. I'm thinking if I maybe want to grab that talk, and I'll do that panel.
Well, that'd be great. You should totally.
But I'd like to do it from DevOps Next with a DevSecOps bend to it.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a great idea.
I got some speakers in mind too. We'll talk. You'll have your people call my people.
Yeah, don't. My AI companion, Dr. Your AI co-pilot.
Okay, we'll see how that works. Hey, Mitch, I think that's going to wrap up our Security Boulevard chat, episode 3 of the relaunch. Yep. We'll be back next week, right, with more?
We will. We'll always have great topics. And again, if there's something you'd like us to talk about or you want to interject and be part of the conversation, send us an email. You can send it to Alan or Mitchell at techstronggroup.com. We're happy to chat with you that way and incorporate ideas. We appreciate your feedback. If you like some things, tell us. If some things sucked and we need to do it better, I'm sure we can work on it and make it better.
Wouldn't be the first time, I was told.
Wouldn't be the first time and won't be the last, right?
Absolutely. All right. Mitch,
well, thanks everybody.
Much, man.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. And it's been a pleasure, as always, Alan, doing this with you. So,
yep.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You do it, Mitch.
Yeah, I'll just start. This is Mitchell Ashley and
Alan Schimmel.
And you've been listening to Security Boulevard Chat.